early influence came from my mother and grandmother, always. She was a teacher who taught art in home ec, what's now termed as home ec. She taught girls. And she was a major force, not so much in teaching, but simply letting me play. And she also bought a watercolor set that was for a child, magic. She never taught. She simply provided opportunities for me. To me, that's a very powerful signal that I've maintained, because back in 1975, I lived in Toronto at the time, I discovered that I could work as an artist in schools and influence young people. So out of a painting that was really harmless and just based on some structures that I saw or a detail of some landscape, became something that's very other and goes back to 1945 when I was 10. Mm-hmm. So it all registered. In the painting you see many people wandering from left to right. These were people that were running away from the east because the Russians were coming westward and all the people fled. So there was an ongoing stream of people walking, no transportation, So these are all very powerful personal memories, and there are many. And specifically, one memory relates to an event that happened in 1945 when I lived in a small village in Germany called Bodenteich. One Sunday morning, there was a humongous explosion. A train loaded with ammunition that was produced in an underground bunker exploded, almost killed myself and my younger brother, who was a baby at the time, in a carriage. A massive industrial door to the explosion was lifted up and fell towards us and missed us, I tell people, by 18 inches or so. Both my grandmother and my mother were in the second floor window, and I saw the curtain being sucked out by the explosion. If you look closely and have a little bit of imagination, you see something that we witnessed in person, and it's two people having caught stealing while there was destruction. There used to be trees on both sides, but now they've been erased, just sticking out wildly. And we see in the distance, there's a man hanging from one of the trees. He's been left there so everybody will be reminded. And 2 days later, somebody else is caught. We don't go close, but we're close enough to see two dead bodies hanging in a tree, which was something I had to deal with. So I'm thinking of many situations that are game changers for me in my life. And this whole picture is more or less about my life as I see it. You're given a wall to play with. It's a playground. Das Land der unbegrenzten Möglichkeiten.